Hello, and welcome to a quick tip video. Let's say you just bought a new sample library, which I have from Identity Records, and typically they use really long file names. You kind of want to avoid this because there are limits in Windows and on Mac and Linux, but they have got more of path length. Now, if it goes too long, Windows won't store it properly, or it can store it and not tell you, and you'll end up losing data. So typically what I do is this. Extract what I want to a very low level folder. This is long name for this video purposes. And so let's take a look at what they've given us. So delete nonsense and one shots and loops. So I don't like underscores and stuff like that, so I take underscores out. Loops, melodic loops. Now, we don't need the word loops in there again because we're in loops. And then we're in guitars, keys, and synths. So what's in guitars? Acoustic underscore guitar. Delete the word underscore guitar. Electric. We're in guitars, so we don't need electric guitar. Dry, wet, and MIDI. Now we got to file the length of around the planet Earth about 6 times. So let's try and limit this down. So what I do is we got one file in there, and one file in there. So there's no point of any of them being separate because we can all read the word dry and we can all read the word wet, and we know the difference between MIDI and a WAV. So I'm going to jump into a program which I prefer to use other than Windows Explorer. It's called XY Explorer. It's quick, easier renaming and finding and searching. So I'm using the arrow keys and pressing enter. So we got loops, one shots, loops, melodic guitars, acoustic. Now I want everything in there. So I'll take them, cut them out, paste them in there, delete them. Go up a level. Same again, I'm betting. Yep, file the length of the earth. File name the length of the earth. And another file name the length of the earth. So I want everything in there. There's a pattern evolving here. So I want everything in there, and I want to put them in there. And they're empty. Yeah. Delete. Up a level. So we've done those 2 folders. Let's check the keys. Keys, acoustic piano. Now, let's keep the word piano because it could be different. And looks like we've got the same again. A few more files this time. But let's do it again. Take them all, put them in there. Same again, take them all, put them in there. It keeps your file paths down as well. I'll show you how to shorten the file names more appropriately shortly. And you won't have to do it yourself. So we're in synths, and everyone's got the name synth on the folder, which we don't need. So let's check ops. Looks like we're in for another tiny amount of files in one folder again. Delete. So we merge them down. It's boring, it's tedious, they don't do it for us, so we have to do it. But if you keep doing this, you'll keep everything clean and you'll never run into the file size limit. File length limit includes folder names, not just the file name. And Windows by default, unless you're on Pro or Enterprise, I think it's 256 characters. It's not much. You can disable this by doing registry hacks. Just Google that. If I can find something, I'll put it in the description below for you. So, me just go through that. We've done melodic, so we're in vocal folder, and they've added the word vocal to every subfolder. Need that. Chops, dry and wet. Everything has the word wet in it, and everything has the word dry in it, so we can pretty much put everything in one folder. Chorus, dry and wet. Here we go again. Delete. Move, sorry. Dry and wet again. Verse, dry and wet again. Yes, exciting watching this. Dry and wet again. Dry and wet again. Dry and wet again. Next time we did start of star there. Vocoder, dry and wet only. Okay, I think we are done cleaning the folders and files up. One shots. So one shot vocals, FX, don't like underscores, don't like underscores. We know it's a vocal library, so one shot could be confused with drum one shots, so let's leave vocal in. We could remedy that with that. So we got FX, one shots inside one shots. Phrases. Okay, one shots. Chorus. Okay, they haven't done the multi-folder there. We're in FX, and we have subfolders with FX in the name. I don't like underscores. Okay, now we're done. So let's clean up the file names. So I will also put this in a different folder. I'll make another folder here. Call that. Take everything out of that, put it in that. And you got everything. Identity records. If you buy something from them again, just keep adding to this folder. So now let's clean up the file names, but let's do it all in one go. Nice little tool called AREN, bulk renaming tool. Loads. There we go. So you can add a list of rules to the left-hand side. So you can change the names, remove characters, and replace. Now, I've got these set up, so I just uncheck them. I got this running twice. So I always keep these one in place because I'm replacing double spaces. I replace double spaces, and I trim anything that ends with a full stop, a comma, underscore, or a dash. And then I change the case to uppercase first letter, and do it again just in case it bugs out. So let's fix everything inside this. Drag and drop it in. Select add files and files only in the folders. So as you can see, we've got huge file names which are just mental. So we've got the original on the left and what it's going to turn into on the right. So you would typically add a replace. It'll go at the bottom usually. And you can drag it up or down, I think. Okay, maybe not. So I'll just grab my one up here, activate it with the tick. Now what's common? Looks like we got AU PVFX3 underscore. And you can see the new name has taken that off, which is great. And we want to replace underscores. Don't like them. Underscores with spaces. That's taking all the underscores away. What else can we shorten? A loop. Okay. Don't have to go too crazy, just keep it a bit clean. So we got a few numbers in there, probably BPM, but I do not know. But they're usually in the sample metadata. So let's remove them. 145. And I'm sure we can work it out by when we import our own samples. 100. 105. They're getting shorter. 95. FX local one shot. Can we clean up anything more? You don't want to go too far. And remember, these are file names, not the folders, so it's good to have a bit more description. And click start batch, start, and you're done. That's it. Everything's now nice and clean. Still very long, but you could mix these acoustic guitars in the file name. So let's take it further. Acoustic piano, is it in the file name? Yes. Yes. Take everything, put it in that. Take everything, put it in that. Synth ARP in the name, synth lead in the name, synth pad in the names, synth pluck in the name. Take everything, put it in there, delete the folder name. Vocal chops, all one folder. Harmony, chorus is in there. Okay, leave them alone. Okay, I think that's about as good as it gets. Good advice to keep your sample libraries clean, rename them quickly like this. Only takes 5 to 10 minutes. And just drop them in your sample library and everything will remain clean. And remember, always run a duplication check. Sorry. So let's check if we got given any duplicates. No duplicates. Okay, I hope you found that useful.